And again, I'd like to welcome you all to today's advanced tech training, which will be on apps for spring. So let's go ahead and get started. The WildTech DC Senior iPad program, its owners and presenters offer technical assistance, virtual health, well-being information designed for educational purposes only. You should not rely on the information, any applications or topics made by WildTech, including but not limited to mobile device applications and any social media pages maintained by WildTech, its owners or presenters, as a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, treatment, or legal advice. I thank you so much for letting me read the disclaimer. If you cannot see me, hear me, or see the screen, please let me know in the chat, and I would really appreciate that. To keep our meetings organized and of course have some kind of etiquette, I just ask you all, raise your hand in Zoom. Again, that allows us to go based on the order of hands and allows us to acknowledge everyone that has a question or would like to comment, have a concern, reaction, anything you'd like to share, you just raise your hand in Zoom. So you do that by tapping more at the top right, and then you tap raise hand. So I want everyone in Zoom to please raise their hands. And as I always say, our advanced training participants are the creme de la creme. So I want to see a lot of hands up. Thank you. Wow, we reached more than halfway already. I really appreciate that. And you know, if you're excited to learn more about apps for spring, if you had a great week, or if you're having a great day, please raise your hand in Zoom. Okay, thank you. We reached 15 hands. Love it. Appreciate that, you all, so much. And you all can lower your hands by hitting lower at the bottom. Again, it says your hand is raised, and then it says lower. So again, don't forget to lower your hand. You want to keep it up for forever, right? So yeah, so just make sure to lower your hand at the bottom, okay? Thank you. Additionally, if you want to communicate non-verbally, as many of you have done already, you can utilize the chat, which is a great way to share hello, happy Friday, happy spring, hope you have a great weekend, because yes, it's already Friday. You do that by tapping more at the top right of Zoom, so I'm going to do that myself as well. Hit more, and then you're going to go ahead and hit chat, okay? And then at the bottom, it says tap here to chat, and then you just type in the message that you want to share, something as simple as a hello, and maybe I'll add some flowers, some, emojis, Thank you, Diane. So yeah, you can say hello, you're happy Friday. You see when Diane put that message in the chat and made, all the emojis come out, that's really cool. Happy Friday. It is really cold out there, and it felt like that yesterday. But during, more towards like 2, 3, 4, it felt really good yesterday. So yeah, it may be spring, but I guess it still has some winter tendencies. But yeah, let's make sure I'll just share a message in the chat. Again, it can be simple as a hi or a hello, happy Friday. You can add some emojis, or you can even add a picture as well, just by hitting the plus sign, and then by hitting photo, I can then add a photo from my Photos app. So I'll choose this picture, again, from the Daily Art app that we covered. And I can even send it in the chat if I wanted to. Yeah, Ms. Brenda put, today is World Water Day, as you all can see in my background as well. So I love it. You can be really creative with the chat and with what you share. So thank you all so much. Let's have a happy Friday and a great weekend, as Ms. Bertha has said. And I appreciate all the wishes as well. Appreciate you all so much. So also in the chat, I would appreciate if you all could just put what session or sessions did you enjoy this week and why. I know we have our long anticipated travel edition coming up at 12 o'clock today, but still, what sessions did you enjoy this week and why? I'd love if you could share that in the chat. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so today we are going to cover what is spring. So again, just some information on what is spring. I always like to give some context, some fun facts, and just know the meanings of certain things. We're going to cover 3 apps today, WikiHow, Refined, and the New York Times crossword app. So lots of variety today. Of course, we'll be navigating the app together and just learning more about what's going on inside of these different apps. And of course, have our overview and discussion where we discuss and talk about how these apps can improve our daily lives, anything you would like me to go over, etc. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So, what is spring? You know, yeah, always got to ask, what is it? What actually is spring? And then when I thought of that question, I found this video on when does it start, a little bit about what it is. So I hope you all enjoy.
Spring! We all love spring. But do we know when it really starts? Do you know there are at least 3 ways to define spring? First of all, many people think spring is the months of March, April, and May. This concept began in 1780 when an international organization for meteorology defined the seasons as groupings of 3 whole months of the Gregorian calendar. Ever since then, professional meteorologists have used this definition, which makes spring start on March 1st in the northern hemisphere. However, astronomers hold a different view. They say the equinox in March marks the beginning of spring. That happens to match the Persian definition of spring, and that's why Persian New Year starts with the spring equinox. You may be surprised that ancient Chinese discovered the spring equinox thousands of years ago. They just didn't see it as the onset of spring. Instead, they regarded it as the midpoint of spring, and they were not alone. In medieval Europe, the equinox in March was also considered the midpoint of spring. The old definition is actually more scientific than you may think. It's based on the concept that the summer solstice, the day that gets the longest sunlight of the year, should be the peak of summer. And if a season is about 12 weeks long, the beginning of summer should be about 6 weeks ahead of the summer solstice. That's in early May. As a matter of fact, May was a summer month in William Shakespeare's time. Remember the first 4 lines of his Sonnet 18? Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's lease hath all too short a date. See, if May is a summer month, that makes February a spring month. No wonder Carnival falls in February most of the time, and so does Chinese Lunar New Year.
It sure
That's why
does.
Lunar New Year is called the Spring Festival in Chinese. Believe it or not, many Chinese Americans, including myself, didn't even know that. We grew up westernized, so we only knew the modern definitions of the 4 seasons in the West. We might have been confused by whether spring should start on March 1st or March 20th.
Mm.
But we never thought spring could start in February. Some people may argue that February is too cold to be spring. That's true because there is something called thermal lag. It's like boiling a pot of water. It takes time to warm up or cool down. No wonder modern scientists define the 4 seasons based on temperatures and how people feel about the weather. That's a human-centric approach, as opposed to the nature-centric view in ancient China and medieval Europe. Now we understand there are different definitions of spring, just as there are different opinions on everything else. Learning about various points of view always broadens our horizons. That's the beauty of our multicultural society.
Yeah, so I hope you all learned something new about spring and how in some parts of the world it may start in February, which makes sense considering with some of the events that occur in different parts of the world. So I thought that was quite interesting. Again, spring beginnings. And this year, because again, the first day of spring, and that happens in March, changes sometimes. Sometimes it's the 19th, sometimes the 20th, sometimes it's even the 21st. But either way, the first day of spring is also known as the spring equinox. And again, this occurs when the sun will be moving directly over the Earth's equator. So again, this year it happened on March 19th. And if you literally Google first day of spring, whatever year, you'll see all the different results come up for what days. So you can see the future first day of springs and past first day of springs as well. In many cultures around the world, spring is considered to be a time of rebirth and renewal. We probably all heard that at some point in our lives, right? Some major holidays, including Easter and Passover, are timed to be celebrated after the spring equinox. Another fun fact about spring, research suggests that for many people, the extended daylight also boosts mood, well-being, and energy. So, going outside at this time is so important just to, get in the springtime feeling. One theory is that dopamine, a chemical messenger that promotes pleasure, motivation, confidence, and memory, increases with more exposure to sunlight. Um, so people tend to be more curious and creative and use their natural instincts to figure things out and to push boundaries, challenging themselves to take on more independent tasks. So just by going outside, enjoying the weather, it makes you happy and more curious, more creative. Your thoughts are just brewing in your head a lot easier. So I love that about spring. It is really a time of to start fresh and to start anew, and that certainly happened quite a few times in my life. So spring is definitely I think, a time of rebirth and renewal. So moving quite along, to our apps today, which we'll be covering WikiHow, Refined, and the New York Times crossword. And of course, we'll be navigating them and learning more about them. So WikiHow, learn how to do anything. The WikiHow app gives you over 150,000 how-to guides right in the palm of your hand. Read or watch step-by-step instructions on every imaginable topic. Anything you can think of, there is a WikiHow article for it. Become the DIY, do-it-yourself master of anything. You can bookmark or save articles to read and use later. You can read different articles of the day and just browse randomly for your entertainment. Because again, just like in the message that I sent you on the chat, knowledge is power. If you know about a lot of different things, when certain situations come up, you'll already have, a toolbox per se in your head to utilize to overcome that challenge. So the WikiHow app is a great way just to be like, hey, I don't know how to do this. Let me look it up. To download the WikiHow app, as normal, you're going to go to the App Store on your device, and you are going to hit the search button at the bottom right to then search for that name or type of app that you would like to download. So I'm going to hit search. And at the top here, you're going to type in again the name or type of app that you want to download. So the name is WikiHow, okay? And here at the top right, here is the WikiHow app. Very simple. Go ahead and get it, download it, and once you do, you'll be good to go with opening it and utilizing the app. Okay, so while you all download, I'm just going to go over again just some basic information, because this app is really quite easy to navigate. You have a menu button. So right here, it literally says menu, and you can see featured and random guides. You can view your bookmarks and access something called a survival kit, which is cool. Different survival kit guides. There's also a search button. So, if you just want to do just a search of whatever you want to learn how to do, the search button is there to utilize. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go into the WikiHow app. And look at that. It's simple. I'm right here at the home screen. And if I just swipe through, look at, there's just all these articles right here that you can look through. These may be new ones. I'm not 100% sure, but it's just in how to cut hair straight, how to cut side split things, how to read body language, how to exercise your brain, like all different topics, right? How to get rid of a cough fast, how to clean fruit with baking soda, how to spend your spring break, literally anything that you want, just to look through and learn more, you can do that by hitting the menu button. Again, look, the featured articles. So look, I just answered my own question, I think. Featured, let me see what comes up. I think that is it, but that's okay. Sometimes not every part of the app is going to work perfectly. So that's why you just move on to the next part. A random article. Look, that's cool. Literally a random article comes up. Look at this one. How to make a frog home in a garden. Providing the frogs with the water. Wow. You see, look at all these different steps, you all, and you can even mark them off. So once you make that water-filled area for the frogs, you can mark it as done, right? And you keep going. A pool liner, alternate water sources, and there's different methods. Like this is a water source method, but this is the shelter method right here. And that's really, and then at the bottom, they also give you related WikiHows too. So like how to raise tadpoles, how to find newts and frogs. The word newt makes me remind me of the Matilda movie. How to care for tree frogs, how to raise frogs, how to find toads. Look, frog and a toad. Wow. So, it's just funny what you can see. Bookmarks, you can bookmark an article. So if I go to how to raise tadpoles, look at the bottom left. It says bookmark. So I can bookmark that article for later, or I can share it. If I hit share here at the bottom right, look, I can share, I can email this to somebody. That article, I can put in my notes, I can iMessage it, different options. But again, there's a bookmark and a share at the bottom right. Very, very easy to navigate. I love it. In menu again, survival kit. Look what comes up when I hit that. If you want to learn about animal attacks, CPR, escapes and rescues, extreme scenarios, home emergencies, natural disasters, self-defense. Pretty important things, right? We've all had to, well, not all of these, we've all had to do it, some of these in our life at one point, especially with the first aid. So it's just good to look through and see what they suggest. So like first aid, what comes up? How to do basic first aid, how to fix a dislocated shoulder, how to help someone who's having a seizure. Mm. It's not the funnest things to do, but it's just, good to look through and see what's there. Natural disasters, we see it on the news all the time with, hurricanes and things of that nature. So it's good. Like how to prepare for a tornado. Prepare, they give you, look at these steps, discuss a plan, store important documents, set up means of communication, the closest evacuation center. And that's true. I never had to really think about these things, but if those situations ever occurred, it's just good to have some things beforehand, together. Prepare your home during a storm. What you do during a storm. Find. You see, let's look through one more in the survival kit. Let's see. Extremes. I'm kind of scared to see what's in here, but how to land an airplane in an emergency. How to regain control of a spooked camel. Wow. That's so specific, you all, right? But I mean, hey, I see on social media people taking trips. So, you know, if I were going to ride a camel, then I would want to read this. Wow, look, don't yell at the camel or hurt it. Yes, don't do that. But there you go. Different survival and yes, I think they can, be very applicable to even today. But again, one thing I love is this search. I mean, if you just search for anything, like you just hit search, um, any suggestions in the chat? How to blank. What do you want to know how to do? Please put it in the chat while I look at some things. I've gotten a request before how to sew. And look at that. When I write that in, sew a shirt, sew a scrunchie, sew sleeves, sew silk, sew a scarf, sew a button. Look at that. How to sew a button. And yep. And look, they even have pictures up here. They're just taking a second to load up, but still, it's cool that they have a step-by-step method on how to do this. What do you want to do? Let's see. Even like if I write in paint, how to paint with metal flake paint. Wow, that's cool. I've seen that device before, but I never knew what it was. Yeah, safety equipment. So that literally a how, they have pictures, they have different steps, and even some, references and some additional tips as well. How to, again, literally anything. What do you want to learn how to do? Okay, white and yellow stains. Let me see. I don't even need to write how to. I could just write white and yellow stains. Remove yellow stains from white clothes. White clothes are notorious for being easily stained. Add vinegar to your laundry to both remove stains and soften fabric. But it says avoid using vinegar along with chlorine bleach, since this combination, yeah, you don't want vinegar and bleach together. That's not good. But hydrogen peroxide, dish soap, and baking soda. You mix those three together, and you cover the stain and let it sit for an hour. But you can also try baking soda on its own as well. Try adding lemon juice to your laundry with your detergent. Don't use lemon juice with colored clothing since it may accidentally, yeah. Scrub cotton clothes with white toothpaste before. I know that trick. I know the toothpaste trick. Um, Goodness gracious, crush aspirin in water. I didn't know that. Again, only white clothing. It'll discolor the colored fabrics. But of course, here the method to use stain removing laundry detergent, but that doesn't always work, right? Um, and all these different tips. Look, tips. Some people have also found success with vodka. In the case the yellow color is caused by flour stain, you should first remove the pollen using tape and clean the cloth as mentioned above. So there you go, Brenda. Thank you for the suggestion. But there's many suggestions here for you to try out, and I hope some of them works out. But literally, how to anything. You just type in what you want to learn how to do in the search, or look at random articles, and you can. Especially just now, I just learned something new. So I'll be uh I'll be letting my friend know this because yeah. This would be good for everyone to know for real, but for my friend to know as well. So thank you. How to knit, yeah, how to sew, how to knit. If you literally type that, I think I did that last time. If you type in knit in that section, where all the different results come up. So it's really quite interesting to check out. So I hope you all check out the WikiHow app. The next app that we're covering today is Refind. So the Refind app chooses 5 hand-picked links from around the world that make you smarter, tailored to your interests. So it's basically articles tailored to you. There are new articles every day, And the app actually learns. The more you interact, the better your picks or your links will become. You can customize your interests, and there are over 200,000 people that start their day with Refined. Okay, so this is the app icon. This is what it looks like. Just as normal, you're going to go to the App Store and hit the search button here at the bottom right. And I'm going to hit it again to type in the name or type of app that you want. So it's going to be Refined, okay? And it's right here at the top right, Refined, brain food daily. So who doesn't like some brain food, right? So once you download it, get it downloaded and open it, this is what your screen will look like. Of course, I have used this app before and signed up, but thankfully I have these screenshots. This is what your app will look like. So all you have to do is type your email in. You don't even need to type in a password to create one. You just type in your email in this section. And then once you do, you'll get a code in your email, and you have to type that code in back into the Refined app, okay? So again, basically you're getting a verification code to your email that you then type in back into the Refined app. Once you do, look at the different topics that come up that you can select. If I were doing this again, I would hit maybe productivity, like digital life brain, writing, remote work, data science, visual design, and there's a lot of options. So, there's something for everyone if you want to learn more about a particular topic, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and go into the app, okay? Refined, again, I've already downloaded. I'm gonna go ahead and open it. And let's see what comes up. So yes, Refined, and then you see the type your email, subscribe, but then I have this login option up here. So let's see. I use my test email, so I'm just gonna go ahead and type that in, but either way, you sign up or log in. Yep, so I'm logging in. It says enter the code we just sent you by email. So I'm gonna go to my mail app, and I'm here in my inbox. Let's see. And it's checking for mail, and there you go. I just got the code. It's 9938. And then I'm going to go back to the Refined app and look. And one of the newest features in iPadOS 17, you see in the keyboard, it says from mail 9938. I don't even have to remember it. I can just tap on that section and it will automatically delete that email as well, because you don't need it after signing in. So it automatically deletes the email once you enter in the code with this method. And look, automatically delete verification codes after use. Yep, delete after use. And look, these are the ones I selected the last time I did it. So look, there's review your topics: money, life, science, industry, society, arts and entertainment. You can even put else what you're interested in. Here, these are some of the ones I picked last time. So let me add to them, because certainly in 1 year, I've definitely learned a lot in my life. TV and film, recipes, books. I like everything that's in the arts and entertainment area. Fashion, gardening, look, society, future cities, education, language and history. I really like industry, innovation, space. I love science, so all of those are going to be selected. Health, brain, productivity, creativity, all these different options that that I'm interested in myself. Leadership, remote work, lots of great things. Once you're done selecting your different topics, you're going to hit continue. And look, read one great article every day. So you have some simple options: preferred article length, a good mix, deliver them in the morning. I want notifications. And I can even get some additional newsletters if I want to. Let's see. I want to nice news. That one looks nice. Even show more. Nautilus. I like that one. Be sent to my email. I'm gonna just do those two for now. But once I hit continue, there you go. Hit continue. Skip. And there you go. It says matching 100,000 plus links with you. And this is what your screen will look like once you get to the home screen. You're all set. Every day we pick the most relevant links for you. Here are today's picks. So going back to the slides, you have your today button. You can view your 5 curated links and other articles. You have a reading list. If you save any of the articles, they'll appear there. You have your library option, so you can just view and create collections of different articles. And you also have an explore section, so you can browse trending and recommended articles based on your interests and choose different publications to follow. So it's just, just take a few minutes to explore each section because they are quite different. But look, how to center a div, an image. We finally know what turned the lights on at the dawn of time. That one's cool. Let me open that one. And you see it opens up the article. So this is from a website called Science Alert. According to data from the Hubble and James Webb Space Telescopes, the origins of the free-flying photons in the early cosmic dawn were small dwarf galaxies that flared to life, clearing the fog of murky hydrogen that filled intergalactic space. This discovery unveils the crucial role played by ultra-faint galaxies in the early universe's evolution. They produce ionizing photons that transform neutral hydrogen into ionized plasma during cosmic reionization. It highlights the importance of understanding low-mass galaxies and shaping the universe's history. Wow. And it just gives a little history of the Big Bang. I think yesterday was Big Bang Day as well. When I did my research. So this is, it's just quite interesting. This is something that I would read, on my own time as well. So it says, did you like today's links? Sure, I like them. Here at the bottom, reading list. So this is one I saved before. This library section. Again, it looks at your different collection, different open, and then your explore. Look at all these different articles that I can read, and they're based on the different categories that I like. So look, this one, what do crossword puzzles really test? That's so funny. We're about to go over something like this in our app, but this article is from The Atlantic. So in her new book, Anna Schutzman argues for puzzles that reflect a broader sense of common knowledge. So I love crossword puzzles. So again, this is just something that I would read and just, learn from. It's always good to be a well-rounded individual with reading different things every day. It just makes, causes you to learn more and makes it easier to learn other things as well. So every day you're going to get some articles that you can read on the app, and you'll also get some, emails as well to, provide you more information, more articles, and more links as well. So I hope you all take advantage of that app. Refine. And last but certainly not least for today, once I get my presentation back up, is a game or a game app per se. It's the New York Times crossword, and we are going to explore that as the last app for our session today. So I'm going to go ahead, come back on. Thank you for your patience, everyone. Thank you. But again, we just went over WikiHow. Again, you can literally type in anything you want to know how to do, and it will give you some tips and some suggestions. And we also just went over Refine. So again, spring is a time for renewal and rebirth. So by reading those articles, every day you become renewed and rebirth individual, I hope, just by learning some new information. Last but not least is the New York Times crossword app, Wordle, Sudoku, and more. You all may have heard of Wordle in the news. They just recently did the 1,000th Wordle. So it's been in the news a lot lately. Keep your mind sharp with word, number, and logic puzzles with the New York Times crossword app. Free to download, the app offers new puzzles daily for every skill level. They have things like the crossword. It's a classic word game and it's daily. Or you can take advantage of the mini crossword. So it's smaller and simpler clues. They also have Wordle. See if you can guess the 5-letter word in 6 tries or less. Kind of like the lingo that we covered, I think 2 months ago. And then we have Sudoku and more. They're always adding new stuff to this app every day. So when you first download the app, it's free, okay? But you get access to a whole app free for 7 days. And then it says here, by the way, the mini and Wordle are always free. But if you want access to like previous, like big crosswords, you will need that New York Times subscription. So you may see this. So look, at the time, this was from last year, but they either offered, $5 a month or $40 a year to get access to all the different games or the full access to the app. But either way, I think it's, I love just doing the crossword and the Wordle. So that's what, I suggest. But of course, if you really love crosswords and you really do enjoy the app, then, I think it's worth it. I'm going to hit search. And here at the top in the App Store, I'm going to write NYT crossword or games. Either way, it'll come up. Here you go, New York Times games right here. Word games and Sudoku. You're gonna get it, downloaded it, and of course, open it as usual. So when I open the app, we're gonna end our session with some fun, and hopefully we all can participate as well. So as you can see, yes, these are locked because again, I do not have a subscription right here for the big crossword. But look, even some new games that they've added, like Tiles and Letterboxd and Connections. Those are pretty new. So there's a lot to explore. So look, the mini, solve the puzzle in seconds. Play. I do have an account, but I'll log in later on. But here you go. So let's try to finish this mini together. So you all can unmute if you'd like and assist. You see the clues are on the left and right. So the left is across and the right one is down. So again, you all can unmute if you want to contribute a word or a line. So let's see. Which ones do you all know? Hawaiian dance. Again, I just tap to the clue. You see it gets highlighted as well. Hawaiian dance. I should know this one. When doubled, very friendly. I'm not sure what that is. Partner of rules, informally. Again, any suggestions you all? You see all the different clues? Any suggestions so we can start? Again, you all have to, I don't see anyone that's unmuted if you want to unmute and share. Okay, sorry about that, you all. I just switched the option. Any suggestions?
Hula.
The Hawaiian dance.
Hula.
Yeah, that's a hula.
Okay, hula. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. What do you all think? Okay, so now we have some letters, you all. So it makes it easier. One-time lead-in to mobile in the auto world.
Number 4 down is Huey. H-U-E-Y.
4 down is Huey. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Harold. I never heard of Pops Lewis in the news.
Huey Lewis in the news.
Let's see.
Lewis in the, yes.
What's this one? When doubled, sailors ascent.
Okay,
I pass
partner
up
of rules with
number
partner of
3.
rules and regulations informally in regs, regs.
Regs. Okay.
Is that right? Is
I
that
don't know. We can always see once we get through it and if it makes sense. So
Five
makes
down
sense.
is
Number 5
five
down
down
is
is
bra.
bra.
okay, good. That's
7 across is I.
I.
A-I-E.
uh-huh.
Number 1 down when doubled.
A mild reprimand.
Very friendly. 5 across is buddy.
Oh, there
Buddy.
you go. Yeah.
5 across is buddy. That's a good one. Thank you.
1 down, 1 double, a mild reprimand.
Highway.
Nudge is 1
Okay.
down.
Yeah, that's good. And
1 across.
Wow.
that's it. What's 3 down is route. Way.
2
right?
down is
Way.
O's.
Oh, smoking.
There
There
we
you
go. We did it, you all. Good job.
Oh,
solved that.
yeah, we
We solved
did it.
We solved that in 3 minutes, you all. Good job, you all. I wouldn't have not done it without you all.
Neither would I.
Thank you all so much. That was a lot of fun for the crossword. So
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, every day. Every day a new Wordle comes out. I think on Sundays it comes out at 6 p.m. And then I think during the weekdays, the new mini comes out at 10 p.m. as well. So unfortunately, without the New York Times subscription, you see there's hundreds of thousands of these, but you do need a subscription. So if it's subscribe, again, you can try, if it's your first time, you can try it free for 7 days. And look, if they actually have a discount right now going on, even better than the one last year. It's only $4 a month if you want access to the New York Times subscription, the games. They even have recipes. They have just all this different access to their different products. So I think that is a really good deal. Let's see, just looking at these other games. Again, there's Wordle. So again, just like with Lingo, remember, untangle the terms. You have 6 chances to guess a 5-letter word. And with every game on this app, there is a how-to, which is really neat. So there is a how-to. So look, each guess must be a valid 5-letter word. If it's green, the letter is in the right spot and it's in the word. If it's yellow, the letter is in the word, but it's in the wrong spot. And then if it's gray, that means it's not in the word at all, right? So again, we have 6 chances to find the 5-letter word. So I'll start us off, and then we'll see, because we only have a few chances to get this right. So we have to be really strategic on what we put in there. One suggestion I will make is if there's a letter that does not come in the word, then we should try not to use that letter later on so we can figure out what the word is. So I'll start off with the word brain, B-R-A-I-N, all different letters, and I hit enter. Okay, so A is in the word, it's in the wrong place, and there's no B, R, I, or N. So any suggestions on a word? Any word that doesn't have B, R, I, or N, but A is in a different spot? Any suggestions? I'm trying to, I want a word with E in it, maybe an S.
Train.
Say that again, Miss Louise.
Train. T-R-A-I.
So again, Miss Louise, in Wordle, if it's gray, that means the letters are not in the word. And if it's yellow, that means the letter is in the word, but it's in the wrong spot. So again, that's why let's try to find or think of a word without B-R-I or N and A in another place?
Chase.
Did you just say chase, Anne?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so again, that A is going to be in the same place, that third letter, right?
I thought that it meant that it was gonna be in another place. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so the A is going to be in another place. So Mr. Harold in the chat said apple. So that's good. Let's see what comes up. Apple, and then let me hit enter. So there's no P, there's no L in the word, and the A is still in the wrong place, but now we know there's an E somewhere. So,
How about
What
beach? No, reach. No.
Okay.
Reach. Yeah, we are. Yeah, the R. No. I like your thinking though. How about teach? There you go.
Okay,
There's
peach. Oh, teach.
Yeah, again.
T-E-A-C-H. T-E-A-C-H.
Okay, I already.
E. Oh.
So the E's right there. So we know we have a C, but the A is. So if the A is not in the middle and E is the second one, A is not the first one, then the A has to either be the fourth or the fifth letter of the word.
T.
What about breach?
It has to be a 5-letter word.
C-A-C-E.
And again, it is sometimes you got it. That's why there's no time limit, which is really nice. I mean, we already are halfway through, so we have 3 more chances.
Well, what a word like foggy makes sense? F-O-G-G-Y.
Oh, well, if you just want to get rid of letters and see what's there, then sometimes it's good to go, just to try different letters. So let's see what happens with that. But that's okay.
Oh, you got
so
a Y.
So
why?
So there's a C. So we got to think of a word with a C, E, A, and a Y in it. So there's not that many words like that. So,
Number 3, could it be beach?
How about beach?
So again, do you all see that where it's gray? If a letter is grayed out, that means we already tried it and it's not in the word. That's why it's also grayed out in the keyboard. So that's just a reminder for us. We can put in any word we want, but we're just not going to, find more info if we keep using old letters,
Okay.
So it's just a way to think about it. So again, the E's in it. So you can even look. It's really cool. Just let me do a placeholder. So, if A is not okay, so the A cannot be the 5th letter. The A cannot be the second or the first or the third. So it has to be E. Let me put Q. So it has to be E, Q, or wait, no, it can't. Let's see.
How about
Are you making a word go down? B-A-C-T-E-R.
No.
So I'm just thinking of what we could do with that. I'm just putting what we know, right? Q. So okay, so look, so what E-A-Y? So C-E what? C-E what? Or wait, maybe this. Let's try D-E-C-A-Y. Let's try that.
Okay.
Because that makes sense though, right?
Yeah.
Because the Y is the right place. The E and the A and the C are switched. So let's see if it's this word.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow.
Wow.
That's it. Yay.
So you see, so I just kind of did that and showed you all, and that's how you have to think with this game. You see, we knew A is somewhere, we knew E was somewhere, we found where the E was, and because of the other things, we learned where the letters could be, and we used that to think of different words to then try to find what we're looking for. So we did that in 5 tries, you all, and that was a lot of fun. So thank you all so much. So yeah, every day the new world comes out, just like with the new mini. So make sure to take advantage. And then of course with the New York Times games app, there are some additional games that are new. So you could play Sudoku if you want. At least I used to love playing Sudoku back in the day, in the books and such. So they have like easy mode, a medium mode, or a hard mode that you can do. So easy, this is quite easy. It would probably take me about, 10 minutes to do this one. But yeah, they have different options, easy, medium, or hard for Sudoku. That's really cool. And some new ones that I haven't seen before, connections. What's this one about? Group words that share a common thread. Select 4 items and tap submit to check if your guess is correct. Category examples: fish, bass, flounder, salmon, trout, fire, and wow. Create 4 groups of 4. Oh, that's so neat. Just grouping things together. And you have mistakes, so that's wow, that's pretty neat. I would definitely have to take a second to think about this, but maybe hare, kangaroo, frog, and cricket. I just hit submit. There you go, jumping animals. So again, you're just grouping 4 groups of 4. That one was an easy one. Let's see. Press, crush, mash, and squash. That's another one. There you go. 2 for 2. I've never played this before, you all. So this is, it's quite fun. But just showing you all, since we are kind of running out on time, but just to show you all what it looks like. So we only have one group left to do, because if you do that, then the other group will already be figured out. Again, sometimes you have to think about it. I'm looking at volleyball, hockey, trampoline, and then I don't know, maybe skeleton. It says 1 away. Table. Oh, trampoline, volleyball, hockey. No. Shuffle. Sometimes you have to shuffle it to look through. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Breaking record, mood table. And I only have one more to go. I'm not sure, but again, that's what it comes down to. These are going to be the harder ones. Breaking. One. I know I already guessed this one, but just to show you how it happens. No, it says next time. Okay, breaking, hockey, skeleton, trampoline. Oh, okay. That makes sense. So just to see things you can set, mood, record. Oh, you see, isn't that interesting, you all? There's also a game called Letterboxed that you can play, create words using letter around the square. Try to solve in 4 words. It just looks pretty. I like that. So I'm gonna come back to it. And the last one is tiles, match elements and keep your chain going. That's amazing. I don't I'll need to take a sec. It always shows you how to play if you just hit like the question mark, but it says match identical shapes or backgrounds in every tile. I would have to come back to that one. That one's quite difficult to grasp, but it's always good to look through. But yes, you can play all those free, everything was free and quite fun, especially that Wordle. And that grouping game. It's it made me feel like I was in school again in a way, because it's good to think about those things. But yes, I hope you all enjoy with these different games, these different apps, and I hope you take advantage, especially of the how-to guide, these different games, and just learning more each and every day just by those curated and personalized links. So again, I hope you all enjoyed. And at this point is going to be our overview and discussion. So, if you just want to share what you thought about today, if you have fun, etc., you can do so. And I would also love if you could answer one or more of these questions as well, just by raising your hand. So if you like to respond or share your thoughts, please raise your hand in Zoom. What is one new fact that you learned today? What app or apps are you interested in trying out and why? how can these apps improve your daily life? And through learning more about a little bit more about spring, what ways will you embrace spring this year? And of course, why and how? But thank you all so much for coming on. Had as much fun or even more fun than last year's presenting this because of all the new features and of course just how just in 1 year things can change for the better in a lot of ways. So I appreciate you all coming on. And please make sure to take advantage of our lunch club today at 12 and our module at 1:30 today. First up is Anne. How are you?
Hi, Alex. I'm interested in the WikiHow, and
Mhm.
I love word games, so I'm interested in the crossword puzzle and the wobble and all that. So I'll probably be doing that. And what I want to embrace in spring this year is not sneezing and runny red eyes and looking at the beautiful flowers.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So that's kind of hard to do with allergies, but anyhow, just up the allergy medicine and keep them moving and cutting the heat bill off.
Oh yeah, I see your background, Anne. That's one way you celebrate in spring. So I see you. But thanks so much for sharing, Anne. You have a great rest of
Okay,
your day.
thank you for going over this again. I had forgotten some of this stuff, and I don't know. I thought I had WikiHow on my iPad before, but I don't know what happened to it.
But I'm glad this was a reminder, and I hope you get to take advantage as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
I put it back on because I was already on there. While you were going through it, I was going through it looking for something too. So seeing if I could do it. So,
Yes, ma'am. You got
and
it. You got
again,
it,
happy
Anne.
birthday. I hope you had many, many more, and God's blessings on you.
Oh, thank you so much, Anne. Have a great rest of your day.
You too, darling. Love you.
Mhm. Next up is Brenda. How are you?
Alex, I'm good. I'm doing good. Alex, I remember when you did this presentation last year, and I installed the WikiHow on my iPad. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't used it, but I'm going to be using it because
Mhm.
it's a lot of stuff that that I need to know how to do, and this app will teach me how to do it. So yeah,
Anything, anything,
anything, right?
anything.
Anything. Oh my
Everyone
goodness.
needs to learn or wants to know how to do something at some point. And no matter what age, no matter who you are, you all need to know how to do. So just by having that
Exactly.
resource, literally, you don't have to ask anyone. You do it yourself and look it up. And that's the
Exactly.
and it doesn't nothing feels better than learning something on your own and knowing the resources there and utilizing it and
Mm-hmm.
things of that nature. So
And it
yeah.
will improve my life greatly. Yes, to learn how to do some stuff.
Yes, ma'am.
But thank you for bringing it back up again. Yeah, I'll use it now.
No problem, Brenda. Thanks so much. And just let us
Sure.
know if you
Thank
need
you.
anything else, okay?
Okay, I will. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. Next up is Mrs. Stephen. How are you?
I am good. How is everyone?
Mm-hmm. We're doing
Um,
good, thanks.
excellent. I got on late, so please forgive me.
That's
Uh,
okay, Mrs.
it,
Stephen.
at least I heard WikiHow, and I will definitely, if I haven't downloaded it, I definitely will. Word games, I am just a dumpster fire when it comes to word games, and I should brush up on those.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
Spring, I've been here for 23 years, and I've only seen 3 beautiful continuous springs where the flowers overlap.
Mm.
And because of the gentle rains, consistent gentle rains that we've had this season, we are having I think, the most spectacular spring
Mm.
that ever. I was just driving with a friend in up to Rockville, and I could not believe all of the flowering trees, all of the colors. We still have
Mm-hmm.
daffodils, hyacinths, weeping cherry trees, forsythia, et cetera, et cetera. So if you have a chance to see these beautiful flowers that are still, because we haven't had a heat wave, and that usually blows the flowers. And
Oh,
this spring is a spectacular spring. And there's something else that I'd like to say about there's something. Has anyone heard of Lumosity?
oh, Mr. Steven, everyone's muted. I'd appreciate it if you could stick to the questions or just your thoughts on the session
that's
today.
cool. That's cool.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you so
absolutely.
much. But I
Thank
appreciate
you.
your thoughts on spring. The flowers I've heard from my friends and others is very, very beautiful this year. So yes, especially down the tidal basin where the Stumpy is at. Please, try to check those areas out. But thank you so much, Mrs. Stephen. I hope you take advantage of some of these apps today.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And then last up for today, if there are no other hands that are up, is Geraldine. How are you?
Hello, how are you, Alex? Yeah,
Oh,
speaking of spring, there's a beautiful cherry tree on my street, and it's blooming beautifully this year. It's lovely, lovely. But I like the Wordle game,
I
and
know you do, Gerald.
yeah,
I
I like
see you
it.
smiling.
Yeah, I like it, and I like the grouping game and the wiki how. Now my son, whenever I ask him to do something, he looks it up on. I thought he was looking it up on YouTube. I gotta find out if
No,
he
there's
knows
Google, there's
about
YouTube,
wiki how.
there's different I mean, there's so many different resources. I mean, because of tech and at our disposal, Miss Geraldine. So I
Yeah,
mean, there's YouTube, there's Google, there's there's a way to learn that can be catered. If you're a video person, a text person,
yeah,
an audio person. So WikiHow kind of combines it where you also have videos, text, and pictures and different methods too. So it is really convenient that way. But I think it's just a collective app where it's just specifically how to, and
how to.
I think it just makes some things easier, and it's formatted in a really easy to see manner, and it's large, and it's quite thorough and specific. So especially those tips that I looked up for Brenda with the
Yeah,
stain, that
yeah,
was it was just easy to follow. They give you the measurements of the certain stuff, they give you the steps, they give you different some things are different methods, like 2 or 3 methods, because
yeah.
there's not just one way to do things, like
Well,
even especially in life.
I'm gonna tell him about WikiHow if he doesn't already know. He might know already. I don't know, but I'll tell
Mm-hmm.
him about it, and maybe I'll use it too.
Yes, it's quite it's a very it's been in existence for a very long time.
Well, maybe he
So
knows.
there's a lot of stuff on it. So literally, if you just need to know how to do something, you can just put it in there, and it will show you all the different results that you can look through.
Okay, okay. Thank you. That's all I have to say.
Oh, no problem, Gerald. I appreciate your participation, and your smile is very contagious.
All right, thank you.
No problem. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So let me just check. So Mr. Hill said, "Yep, now to compete with these youngsters, Gerald." Thank you. Someone, Miss Eastman said, "Have a great weekend." Yes, I appreciate your participation in the chat, Mr. Harold, as well. I noticed it, so thank you. Thank you. I'm glad that you enjoyed the talk show, Brenda. You did it this week. Love it. Appreciate that always. Let's have a great weekend. Thanks so much for the wishes. I'm just getting a chance to check out the chat and that. But I hope you all enjoyed our advanced session today on apps for spring. As always, we're really looking forward to next week's advanced trainings. So make sure you check out your calendar app or your daily email next Monday to see what we'll be having next week. I know for our Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm really looking forward to those presenters and guests. So please make sure, especially come on Tuesday and Thursday of next week, that they'll be great. So other than that, hope you all have a great rest of your day. I'll see you at 12 o'clock and 1:30. If you don't get a chance to speak up, you have a great weekend. And thanks so much for coming on. You all have a great rest of your morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
very
you for
much.
all the
Thank
Enjoy your
information.
birthday.
No,
Thanks,
thank you. Thank you so much.
That
Have a
was
great
cool.
day,
Enjoy your-
everyone.
No,
Thank
no,
you.
huh?
Have a good day. Thank
You
you.
too.
Thank
You
You
you.
too.
See
That's
you
some
all at
good stuff.
12.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay.
Have a great
Bye.
day. Thank
That's some good
you.
stuff.
Thank you. Hi, Mr. Ronald.
Uh-huh.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
Mhm.